Hello everyone. This time I am going to, in a basically continuing series, to show where we really are united. I am going to bring up a recent point made, a very valid point made by Claudia Stubler, and which was about, and she called them clumping together laws. They're also known as omnibus bills, and that, I believe, is the official term for them, which is many different kinds of bills of pieces of law that have, in general, very little to do with one another, all lumped together. In theory, it's meant so that things can get done faster and that things can indeed run smoother. But in practice, it actually allows for a lot of super wasteful spending, aka earmarks. In some cases, they can actually be wonderful projects. In most instances, it's just kind of a mess, but it helps at least with local constituencies to, in theory, help existing politicians get reelected. But it also helps get things in there that, in that same process, that for the most part really don't belong there at all. And one of the most commonly used excuses after these things are passed, or when they're brought down against senators, and in some cases in favor of senators and congressmen, is, "Oh, I didn't know. And if you look at these bills, you see they're huge. They really are monstrosities of pieces of legislation. Really, they're often hundreds of pages long. Okay, sometimes one of them I discovered it was 1,500 pages long. We're talking about huge documents, and we're not talking about things that are. We're talking about things that are written in quote legalese, complex language, not IC spot run kind of thing in terms of that number of pages. So it's not like they're detailedly explaining things. It's they're super large bills. Claudia considers herself progressive in terms of Democrat, really green at this point, and I totally respect that, and that's her niche. But where I first actually learned about this, and again the uniting force factor here, is when I went to a libertarian convention. I think it was about 10 years ago now, maybe a little bit more. And this gentleman was in charge of an organization called Downsize DC. And he was trying to put through, and it's called S for Senate 1571. It's called Read the Bills Act in more common language. And what it is it's a bill, it's a piece of legislation that demands that every single person, in terms of congressmen or senators, completely read the bill. Okay? I will send you a copy of that. I will send you a copy of the petition as well. And it's either a matter of they read the entire thing themselves, and it's signing an affidavit, so it's legally binding, penalty of perjury, and therefore they can indeed get prosecuted for it if they, say, oh, later on, oh, I didn't do that, I didn't read that, or I didn't hear it. Then they can get themselves arrested for that, because perjury is considered serious, or at the very least they can get themselves impeached for it. And therefore, it demands, thusly, a slowing of the process. It also gives a waiting period via which the public can actually hear this, okay, or read through these omnibus bills themselves, and therefore will truly make things a whole lot better in terms of cutting out the nonsense, because again, by reading the entire thing, that means every special favor, okay, or in some cases, every wonderful thing, which, again, some of these projects are wonderful, okay? Here and there are gems or things that are worth doing. And in the cases of those few things that are worth doing, they'll get highlighted and they'll get praised for it. But at the very least, it will make all of them think, do I really want everyone to really know all of this? Because it'll be on record. It won't just be sitting on a shelf. They'll actually have to sit through it, which, let's face it, Congress and Senate are cutting back on their hours more and more. So they're going to want, that's going to give them added encouragement to shorten these bills, to make them more sensible. And so I really would encourage you, everyone who sees this, to research this more, to think about this more, to at least consider signing this petition in support of this. And again, consider the construct that, and I'm going to probably be pointing this out more and more, libertarian, green, left, right, we actually, all of these groups share a lot in common. So, let's come together on this, if we can, if you agree. Again, I don't force anyone, but at least look it over. And, again, consider this. Consider, again, that, and this is something I definitely want to push, please stop putting up false barriers, because to me, I don't see many. I see a whole lot of wonderful people. L'chaim. Good night.